for having me here and allowing me all of your association. I'm again sorry I'm not in a position to turn on the camera somewhere. so so I'll remain in my sound form. No uh, vision. So anyway, so Prabhu, can you just give me a background? Like I heard you told something, but then I'm sorry I couldn't really grasp.
We were just recollecting about the nectar of instruction 6 verses. 6 verses.
Okay. Really sorry, I'm not able to hear so well. Okay. So nectar of instruction you are saying?
Yeah, maybe I can type.
No, that's okay. So then I'll just try to change to some Bluetooth thing. But then in the meanwhile, like I didn't have anything planned for today. Like I said, okay, NOI 6, first 6 verses you're doing.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So out of which sanga is verse number 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was just thinking if you have any questions or do you want any, if anybody wants to set a discussion rolling, then probably like we all can chip in. I can also add some points that might come.
Yeah. So that is what the meeting is also about. It's not a class or kind of something. It's a kind of
Yeah.
discussion that challenges what we are facing, or we can also share some wonderful moments. How we can enhance our sangha. Like that.
Just a minute. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Now far better. Are you audible?
So I'm not able to hear now what you're speaking. I don't know what's happening.
Actually, others are able to hear nicely.
Can it be other questions or only related to Sangha, Suryavamshi Prabhu? I don't know. Palak Mukta Prabhu, you can decide. You are the moderator. Whatever you say.
No, it's okay.
You're your servants.
We can, we can accommodate other topics also.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so I will also ask some questions, and in the meanwhile, others also can ask your questions. It may be from other aspects also, other than sangha, can be. Okay, so regarding sangha, like in the very first discussion also we had the same. Nowadays, getting association with our near ones and dear ones within devotees, very close devotees, is becoming very challenging because we are present very remotely. During our college times or during our initial times, we are together. But now, due to life, other phases of life, they are moving to different places, and some of them are able to situate themselves in devotees association. But unfortunately, there are some devotees, once they go from one place to other place, they may not able to fit themselves in association. Main reason is that no devotees in that area. Like there is one boy who passed out from NIT. and he was placed in Bark, Baba Atomic Research Center in the seashore, and he was given accommodation uh, near the Bark where there is no satsang devotees. For satsang, he has to come to city or he has to travel a lot of distance. That is practically very difficult for him. Why? Because that is a remote area, and when he has to come to city, it takes a lot of time to travel. And he has holiday once in a week. That is also not sure. So in the sense, they will tell him to take holiday on Wednesday, or they will tell him to take holiday on Sunday. Or if somebody is not there, he has to, he is the proxy for that. Likewise, there are some people, some devotees, who are uh, who are getting their association when they are studying in college or in the current workplace. When they go to other places, it is practically very difficult for them to find devotees and get association. This is a very common challenge. This is one particular challenge. Second challenge is that even within association, that kind of inclination, affection, chemistry, values, likewise, there are so many challenges. There are so many such challenges. Uh, these two are the challenges that the devotee, even though he goes to some other place, he finds one devotee who was associated with us with the youth. When he went to other place, it is fully congregation, means it is fully that town people and all our grahasthas they introduced during that time. They don't have any idea about youth preaching or something. So he felt very awkward. So how can I? These are some of the challenges youth are experiencing. So uh, even I got these questions from such students. That's why I'm bringing it forward. So how such situations can be adjusted at least. Anybody can tell answers, not only Gopal Prabhu. Of course, Prabhu will uh, enlighten us finally. Others also can give your inputs. What can be done? Or any such similar situations also can be expressed.
Yeah, bro. This actually, I was feeling little like this. There is a similar question. I have two questions. One question is very little similar that when after certain things, our mentor and whoever is seniors, they will be very not in a. It is in a generic sense, not specific, but in a seniors will be having close eye on us, taking care of us very nicely. That are these people chanting like reading books regularly, what is his conceptual understanding of things and all. But after some days in Krishna consciousness, we lose that thing. We will like it. Even seniors will sometimes okay, he's in some level or he's in initiated or something like that, and they'll lose keep us little loose. That's where I feel even my attacks and we go to some other places, situations change and things like that. So we either we should be fully motivated to do things or how to in such a situation how to take better association. That is one question I have, Proof, which was connected to what Palak Proof was asking. And
Yeah.
second question was like is it is little like here guru generally when we try to give references we give references is Guru Sadhu Sastra. So like I Sadhu and Sastra I have like what is clear difference. Guru is a Sadhu, but what to when they say Guru Sadhu Sastra, what does it clearly mean? So these are the two questions I have.
Oh, very nice. So your first question is similar to my question, case only.
Yeah.
Second question is, what is actually this Guru Sadhu Shastra?
Yeah, more little clear explanation on what is the difference between exact difference between Guru and Sadhu, like what we should consider.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Am I supposed to speak or was it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, I think Palak Prabhu, your voice, I mean, now just Kamalakanta Prabhu spoke, it was much better, more audible here. So, yeah. Anyway, that's not the point. I think we have quite a lot of questions on the floor. Suryavamshi Prabhu has said a few questions. So, probably since Kamalakanta Prabhu asked now, I will try to share something on that. On the point of someone growing in Krishna consciousness and then the mentor and all the other people, they leave them a little free, uh, not like in the beginning days. Am I correct? Was that the question? How do we?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. So I think part of that, it's very natural, right? That when somebody is growing, they need more space. That is quite natural. Something like this. Uh, I don't know if anybody has studied music or something, related to arts. Music is a good example. So somebody who's just learning it for the very first time, uh, they will be guided very, very carefully. You have to you have to sing pa like this, you have to sing ga like this, and all they are very, very carefully controlled. And if you try to do something on your own, it's called manodharma. We are said, don't grow so fast. First learn the basics. you know I think it's true not only in music, it's true for any kind of field of knowledge, right? And it is also true in spirituality, in Krishna consciousness, that first we need to learn the basics, right? So it's important. So that time there is more care, more kind of, not just more care, it's like more personal attention probably. But at some point when the mentor really realizes, understands, gets good feedback that okay, you got the basics, now you will not, the student won't go outside of those basics, they got that right. So when that happens, then you get some more space for uh, being more yourself and being a little creative and all that. So that giving that space is a blessing in one sense, but at the same time we have to use the blessing wisely also. So we should know our limits. We should know, there should be an internal, how do I say? We should always have an internal, uh, what's the right word? Sensor in our spiritual life. We have these sensors, right? When the temperature goes beyond a point, then there's a cutoff. All of you might have known something related to electronics. So like that, when you have a sensor that, okay, I'm somehow like getting into difficult ground, I'm something is going wrong, then always the mentor is still there. It's not that the mentor is not available. So the mentor should be approachable at any time and say, look, Prabhu, I want your time now. And the mentor should be available. And one more thing that happens, it's also a thing that initially in your beginning days in Krishna consciousness, it's good to have one mentor. It's very important that otherwise, even in the initial days, if you have 10 people, I listen to this person, that person, another person, then we won't even learn the basics well. So therefore, it's important to choose the right mentor, or by Krishna's grace, we get a very good mentor, like we all have Maharaj. So I think Maharaj for me as well gave those initial, uh, what do you say, foundations in Krishna consciousness. We are very fortunate to have Maharaj by that way. But then at one point, like gradually, we will also get to hear many other people. Nowadays, online, there are so many personalities whom we hear, and we all, that freedom is allowed. But at the same time, when we need help, then we should know it. And we should also have friends. And then the mentor is still available as a friend. I don't know if that kind of pointed in the direction of your question.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, bro. I got it.
Yeah. So it's a blessing. If you're being left a little free, then it's good. At the same time, you're not alone,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes, as you said, that spiritual sensor, and that we try to, like, if we don't understand after certain extent that we are out of the track, or we are after some time we realize I was out of the track, like that. So yeah, that's what I asked this, that uh, initially we has a close monitor, mentors or some seniors have a close monitor. After some times they give us free. You have okay, practice now, like that. So yeah.
Mm. But then, even sometimes when we are left free, sometimes we run into difficulty. We learn by making mistakes. That's natural, that happens. And then we make mistakes when we are sometimes, we make some little bigger mistakes, probably. That could also happen. Then we also know, and the mentor also knows that, okay, for this period, and we maybe the mentor might give more personal attention at that time, or we may go and seek more attention. That happens, and that's very natural. But at the same time, a person who has been there for so many years in Krishna consciousness is already trained in the basics, then goes through some difficulty and comes to the mentor. The mentor is not going to treat them like the beginner LKG kind of a student, right? You're already learned. So maybe you need a help for that phase of life, and that help is always there. I think the inner sensor, the inner compass that I mentioned is actually sincerity. If we are sincere in Krishna consciousness, we have the right intentions. Nectar of instruction, that famous sentence says, advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on what? That sentence, that's a one sentence summary of nectar of instruction. Is there right in the, what is it, professor? Beginning.
Yes.
Yeah, so that one sentence is whole nectar of instruction. If you want to zip it and make it into one little
Sincerity
sutra,
and enthusiasm. I mean,
uh, no, you can probably read that sentence again. That's a
okay,
very
okay.
interesting. Palak Prabhu would you want to say?
Yeah, attitude of the follower.
Yeah. So if we can just take nectar of instruction preface, I think the second page, that one
Second
paragraph
paragraph.
starts with this sentence.
Second paragraph.
Second
Immediately,
paragraph.
the progress in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower.
Yeah. So that's the key sentence there. Advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower. That's a I think that one sentence summarizes the entire nectar of instruction. And regarding your other question, what was that?
What is
Shiksha Guru,
Guru? What
Guru
is Guru
Sadhu
Sadhu
Shastra.
Shastra?
Guru Sadhu Shastra. So, see, basically, out of these three, what is the supreme? Shastra is supreme. Okay. So, Shastra, because Krishna comes in the form of Shastra. What is that shloka in Chaitanya Charitamrita? Um, what is that? Swabhavika Jnana. That's a shloka. Maya Mugdha Jiver Nahi Swata Krishna Jnana. Jive Kripai Kaila Krishna Veda Purana. Means a Jivatma who is in Maya, absorbed in Maya, Maya Mugdha. Such a Jivatma won't have Swata Krishna Gyan, means natural Krishna knowledge about Krishna coming from the heart. Of course, that's the original position. We all know Krishna. We all know Krishna from within our heart. But right now, being in Maya, like Prabhupada says, our consciousness is now polluted and we don't have that Krishna Gyan naturally. So from outside, Krishna gives Kaila Veda Purana. So Krishna himself is the Shastra, right? Krishna himself comes in the sound form. So Shastra is highest. And then we have Guru and we have Sadhu. So Sadhu is all the devotees, all the authorized personalities in the parampara who whose life is whose life they spent teaching Shastra, following Shastra, and living Shastra, right? Their life in various situations, different uh, things happened in different acharyas' lives, and they all showed how to apply Shastra in those situations so that we get a very wide context, not just the shloka, but also huge context based on the lives of these personalities. So that is sadhu. And one of the 64 angas of bhakti is sadhu marganugamanam, means to follow the path shown by the sadhu. Mahajano yena gata sapantha. So that is sadhu. Now, out of these sadhus, one personality, a few personalities, they come and they are there with us. They teach us, they take interest in us, they train us. All the sadhus are not available to us. Of course, they are available in various forms, but then somebody has to come and work on us, right? So such a person is guru, and guru, of course, we have shiksha guru, diksha guru, not just one personality, but you have a guru network. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, bro. What should we do next? We'll answer Suryavamshi Prabhu or
Yeah.
Prabhu. Generally, we hear example of small kid, how he is fearless, knowing that his father will protect. Okay. But now we have a lot of rules and regulations. Yeah, what to do? A lot of rules, regulations. And due to knowledge, we tend to not think like Krishna is my father and be free like that small kid and give work to our intelligence. Is Prabhu here? Suryavamshi Prabhu or
Yes,
left?
Prabhu.
Oh, okay, you're here. Okay. So give work to our intelligence. Do you mean to say that instead of having that simple faith that Krishna is my father,
Yes, Prabhu.
now we are like starting to use intelligence and like depending more on our intelligence than on that simple faith in Krishna? Is that your question?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, so I would like to hear other devotees on this. I would also like to learn how do you like now we have come some of the devotees here, they are Bhakti Shastris, Bhakti Vaibhav, Palak Mukunda Prabhus. So you're all really using your intelligence, learning a lot of Shastra now. He knows a lot of shlokas and been in ISKCON for many years. So he really knows the philosophy. He has seen situations in the movement and so yes, I think we should use our intelligence, but at the same time, how to depend on Krishna, just like that, like Prabhupada says, child crying for the father or mother. So how do you balance this, Palak Prabhu? Like to hear. I just think your voice, I don't know if it is the same. It's only for me or like,
What
can
about
anyone hear?
others?
Prabhu, little less it is, Prabhu, compared to other devotees. Palak Prabhu's voice is less only, but it is audible.
Yeah.
Just a minute. I'll check my audio connectivity.
Maybe your microphone volume or something if there is a setting.
I'm using
Anyway, thank you for the question, Suryavamshi Prabhu. Wonderful question.
yeah, actually still it is the same as before. No change.
Little better.
Because I'm using this every day for meetings and classes, and it is of very good clarity. Maybe one thing I can do, I can just connect it from my mobile. Just a minute.
Hare Krishna. Echo is coming. How about now? Hare Krishna. How about now?
Yeah,
My
now very
voice?
good. Very good, very good.
Okay. Maybe some problem in the laptop. Now I connected from my mobile. So if I answer from Shastric point of view, immediately what I remember is that Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mam Anusmara Yudhyacha. So he's telling to Arjuna, you do both. You always depend on me, think about me with your mind, and you do your duty. That's what Krishna says. Because generally we will get bewildered, especially when we do our duties here or activities here. How can I do both? That question will come. So Krishna answers that. Ma Manusmara and Yudhyacha. And regarding the faith, this little faith is actually not sufficient. Even in Shastra, we have three levels of faith: Komala Shraddha, and then Shraddha of Madhyama, and rock solid Shraddha. So one should develop his faith to rock solid. That is what expected from everyone. Initially, we may have little Shraddha or no Shraddha. But once we get a little Shraddha, we have to rise ourselves to rock solid Shraddha. That is required. And Shraddha is the first and foremost in our devotional service. Then comes Sadhu Sangha. Of course, Sadhu Sangha is the basis, but both are so interrelated. And day by day, we have to increase our faith to Krishna. And in this world, we are here, and there is also Maya. So Maya used to test us that how much we progress. And in our eternal relationship also, there is Krishna is our Supreme Father, means he is our well-wisher. But Krishna is the Rasaraj. And Krishna is the one meant for accepting our service. So we are meant for rendering service unto him. So naturally, as per your statement, in this world, this father-kid relationship, whenever we speak, the kid has nothing to do. Simply depending on father is sufficient. Okay, but in reality, we have to completely depend on Krishna and we have to serve Krishna. And it is opposite. Krishna may be a small kid, or Krishna will be master, or Krishna will be a friend, or Krishna will be a lover. So we have to situate ourselves in the other position. That is our constitutional position. But in our material life, kid means just like kid has no responsibility, in the sense, even just now going to school. So it doesn't even worry about tomorrow whether school is there, or whether the shoes are ready, or my plate prasadam I'll get or not, or my uniform is ironed. No worries, because the father mother will take care of everything. But that is not our constitutional position. Our constitutional position is the vice versa. We have to always depend on Krishna and to render service unto him. And here we are experiencing these rules and regulations for our purification only. Why? Because in the very first day also we discussed this point, that we are always 24/7 we have our mind with us. Our mind is so dangerous, because mind will always give suggestions which is meant for contamination and meant for material activities. That is opposite to our destination. So we should be very, very careful with our mind. Our mind is mind is the best friend and worst enemy. So we should be always cautious about this mind. For that, actually, rules and regulations are there. Even in Bhakti, we have a lot of rules and regulations. And in our movement also, we have a lot of rules and regulations. So mainly it is meant for regulating ourselves and disciplining ourselves towards the goal of life. And within one Janma, if you want to go back, then we have to stick to it. So these are some of my understandings on this.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Wonderful realizations. yeah, on one side, we cannot be a child all the time forever, right? Imagine if all the devotees thought in this way, that everybody wants to be, uh, completely carefree like a child. How will the movement go forward, right? But at the same time, that concept of depending on Krishna unconditionally, that always remains. Like, for example, what's the name? What Srila Prabhupada's name? His name is Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, right? So, Abhay Charanaravinda, Abhay, he is fearless, Abhaya. Why? Because Charanaravinda, he has taken complete shelter, like a child takes shelter of the father. Prabhupada has taken complete shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. So therefore, he had to board that Jaladuta without anybody to support him. He doesn't know in America what people are like. He carried some potatoes from India, right? Because he did not know whether he will get anything there. He doesn't know what fruits, what vegetables in that country. He doesn't know anything, right? But then he took that risk. He traveled because he had that complete faith, just like a child protected by father. Prabhupada always felt that protection by Krishna all the time and his spiritual master. So, in that sense, that childlike dependence is always there. But at the same time, Prabhupada also showed by example how a devotee should also grow up, right? So both things are there at the same time. Like Palak Prabhu said, we have to take responsibility. We have to uh, we have to grow up on one side, use our intelligence, because even that intelligence is Krishna only has given that intelligence, right? So ma manusmari yudhyacha, we have to do that work. At the same time, we have to have that dependence. I'll say this as the last thing for this question, that I heard this lecture by his name is Sachinandan Swami Maharaj. And Maharaj said, simplicity, devotee should always have a simple heart, like a child. But then he said there are two kinds of simplicity. And he said the first is childlike simplicity, which is what you were talking about, and which is very important when devotee, you're starting Krishna consciousness and we are gradually learning things. So we'll have a childlike simplicity. But then, after you grow, like we gradually we understand things and we become Krishna consciously intelligent, which means that we are not independently intelligent. We are dependent on Krishna and intelligent at the same time, right? We use our intelligence, but at the same time, we depend on Krishna, right? So that is not childlike simplicity. Maharaj said another beautiful word, I like it. He said, saint-like simplicity, right? So first we are childlike, simple and innocent. And after we understand the philosophy, become, learn and we use our intelligence, all that. But we should retain that simplicity, but not childlike, but saint-like. Does that help?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. And rules and regulations they're not to control us, they are not to frighten us. The rules and regulations are meant to help us to make the transition from a childlike simplicity to saint-like simplicity. We can see Prabhupada at that age. I mean, he has written so many books. He knows the Shastra, he knows Krishna, he has realized and all that. But still, how was Prabhupada? He was, many people said, no, Prabhupada is as simple, as jolly as a child. Right? Many people have said about it. So that's beautiful if you see Guru Maharaj, you know, they know so much. They are dealing with some of the most complex problems. Imagine having 1 lakh disciples and going, working on a Temple of Vedic Planetarium project, and you have this issue, that issue, an international organization, and then liver is not working, kidney is half working, and all these things going on at the same time, but still singing Gaura Kirtan and doing Gaura Leela Katha as if like a child, right? You can see Hari Bol and singing and all that. So this what do you call apparent contradiction, that will always be there in bhakti. If you see in true bhakti means there will always be contradiction. On one side, bhakti is the easiest thing to do. On the other side, it's most difficult. And then uh, all these things, no, like Ishopanishad also says, Krishna is smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest, he is nearest, he is farthest. So similarly, bhakti will always have this thing that you'll be fighting big battles like Prabhupada did and like Prabhupada's followers are doing right now. But at the same time, we will still be inside our heart as simple like a child or a saint. Both things at the same time, it's possible in bhakti. Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
Sorry, ரொம்ப பேசிட்டேனோ.
இல்ல bro. Any other questions? Actually, I posted 2 questions.
Actually, this is very nice. I like Gopal Prabhu gave answer to, like, I remember the pastime of Hanuman also. Hanuman uses his intelligence also. That Sindur pastime which he have, as he's so innocent like child also, but he uses his intelligence to do lots. I
Really?
just remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very nice. Yeah, simplicity like a sage, like a saint, is very attractive also.
Yeah, Prabhupada is just amazing, no? Prabhupada is the best. I mean, what other example do we need?
Yes.
Prabhupada is as simple as a child and so loving, so this and all that. But on the other side, when Mr. N tried to, put some trouble before Prabhupada for the Juhu property, Prabhupada took up the case. The lawyer couldn't find those legal points as much as Prabhupada did. Prabhupada was teaching the lawyer what to speak. So that is, Krishna is also like that, you see. Krishna is such a tender, little, beautiful, chubby child. But when Putana came, she knew who he is, right? Both at the same time. So Krishna is like that, lot of contradictions. But then devotees are also like that. And that's why Krishna says, only bhaktya mama bhijanati, right? How do you understand? If people see from outside, they will think complete contradiction. Right? Krishna on one side is speaking the highest dharma, and on the other side he is dancing with other people's wives. That's what people say, at least outside, right? They think like that, misunderstand. So if we see Krishna in that way, uh, there will always be contradiction, and the only way to resolve these contradictions and understand Krishna very deeply is through bhakti. And similarly, same with devotees, right? To understand Prabhupada, we need to have bhakti. And similarly, so I mean, we don't need to worry in that sense. Krishna is, I mean, we are in very safe situation. We have all the support in the world. We have Krishna, we have Guru Parampara, we have Prabhupada, we have our spiritual masters, Guru Maharaj, we have Bhakti Vinod Maharaj, we have so many God brothers. So much protection is there. So I think we have good environment to grow, and we are never alone is one thing we should always remember, right? We are never alone. We always have each other, and I think the journey we are taking in this lifetime is very rare. I don't know how many people get this chance, right? So I think we should be confident. There will be occasional things which we have to face, but then we should always know we are not alone. Is that a positive point to stop and answer this question?
That's true.
Yeah. I'll not speak much now, like to hear others. I think I have time till 9:30, but I just want to hear all of you.
So anybody else have any questions or would like to share? I posted one question. Actually, two questions I asked. One question we have discussed. Another question is still open. Like a person who is going to other place, yeah, mentor is available, but how much a mentor can support when remotely? And the person who is going to other place is getting busy in his new phase of life. So every day he cannot call. That is not practical. This challenge is there with the current scenario because they are getting jobs in remote places or their jobs are so consuming. They are working for 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day. Then how what else they can do? If they work for 10 hours a day and traveling time, chanting itself is
Prabhu, I think you're on mute now. Can't hear you. Can others hear Palak Prabhu? I'm not able to. Hare Krishna. Prabhu, Palak Prabhu, I don't know if I am audible to you, but you're on mute.
Hare Krishna, am I audible now? Am I audible now? Okay. Sorry, actually, I don't know. Actually, I was connected my audio from my mobile and I was looking into a laptop. Then I was talking. Thanks for reminding. Otherwise, okay. So you have any other points? Any other queries you have? No queries. Okay. Actually, today I have one small meeting at 9:30, so I cannot continue now. And there are much more things to share. I thought of sharing on this particular topic or something, but now we almost come to an end. So I don't want to share on this stick further. Means on this topic, we can extend this again next week also on this particular area. So if you don't have anything to share or anything to ask, then we can wind up for the day.
I just had one thing because you
Yeah.
brought the topic of devotees traveling to some other place, right? And then the mentor, I mean, however good you kind of follow up electronically, it's not the same as when you're in person.
Yes.
So how do you do this? Like I had many experiences. I've like traveled various places in India and abroad as well. So you can't expect to get the same mentor or even similar kind of situations, all very different. But then that's a point that if we are sincere, I'm not saying I am, but like even if there's a little sincerity, then somehow Krishna arranges. Ultimately, this is the point. Krishnam Vande Jagat Kurum. Krishna is the supreme mentor of mentors. So he's always there in our heart. And wherever we go, I mean, hell or heaven, like Krishna will arrange somebody. And I had that experience that even when you go to some other place, you will find somebody who's like, similar mentality as your mentor. Somebody like that, some similar nature, might not be exactly like the person you have been associated with, may not be exactly like your mentor, but then similar. And somehow you develop a friendship with them and they take care of you when you are there. And then I think when you come back to your wherever mentor is, to your hometown or whatever, you'll become a richer, more experienced person who now has one more person who you can connect, right? So ultimately, Krishna is the personality who connects all these people, provides help in various ways. So ultimately, we need to depend on Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu, that is true. The degree of our inclination search is there. Krishna is actually connecting, and Krishna is actually checking how much we are serious and, as you said, a little sincere in our heart. That is far more sufficient. That he is actually connecting somewhere.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. And even for all of us, this digital connection platform is required, but that alone is not sufficient. We need to come to our actual association. There are two things in this digital platform. One thing is, even though we are far away in different places, we are able to be connected. Second, I mean, the disadvantage is that we may get settled with this only. We may not go to the nearest or where the devotees are available next to me for offline association. That one problem is there in this. So
Yes.
we should always come for the offline association, taking this digital platform as a stepping stone, as one step. That's all. Otherwise, we lack in our practice. We lack in so many things. In other words, we know only knowledge or some information. That alone is not sufficient in our spiritual life.
Yes, bro. This beautiful picture here, what you're sharing is Lord Chaitanya is, to use today's term, he's giving offline association to his devotee.
Yeah, there is no online those days. Like that. Yeah, Prabhu.
Actually, our
So,
actually our online is, if we are in the line of parampara, that is online for us.
inline is online.
Inline is online. Jai.
Inline is online. Yeah. But actually, when we come forward, when devotees are staying together, when we are meeting together, then only there are much more things take place and much more actual learning takes place.
Yes. Anyway, thank
We
you
can,
for
yeah, Prabhu.
thank you for your
Yeah,
time. Thank you for all your association. And yes, bro, Palak bro, you can conclude.
yeah. I was about to tell the same that we have arrived our time today. So, like this, once in a week, actually, these devotees are from some way connected to us, and now they are in different places. That's why I thought that at least once in a while or once in a week, we can have a kind of discussions. It's a heart open discussions plus philosophical discussions, and it may be a class, but mostly it will be like giving a feeling of connection, so that this gives some sort of mileage for our spiritual practices in our day-to-day life. So thank you all for joining. Please reserve your time on this particular day. Every Wednesday now it is going on. That's why I kept it, because some are okay with 8 to 8:30 or 8:45. Some are okay with 9 to 9:30. So don't know how to optimize this even further. So that's why I made this lengthy time. Accordingly, we can fit ourselves and make utilize of it. And you can also come up with your realizations and whatever you felt and whatever you have experienced in a week, like that. In short, in a brief, you can also share that. It's not only that only senior devotees will speak. Of course, senior devotees will speak, but it's a forum for everyone to have a heart-to-heart discussion. Let us also make it more informal, so that we feel it is very natural. Yes, Prabhus. Thank you for joining. We'll meet again. You want to say something, Prabhu? Arvind Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. I thought of saying something to
Yeah.
because
You please. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandat Pranam Prabhu, Gopal Prabhu, Palak Prabhu also Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Because of Palak Prabhu, I had a chance to meet Gopal Prabhu before 10 years while I was studying PCT. So,
If you show your face, Gopal Prabhu may remember you. Ah.
Oh,
So,
okay. Hare Krishna.
yeah, we were doing program in Sindhi Vidyalayana, Prabhu. Three, four boys used to come. Madhavan used to come. I think Muttu used to come, and he used to come. So he got placed in Coimbatore only. He was working in LMW before,
Okay.
and then now he is in Hosur.
Oh,
So
okay.
somehow,
I'll
yeah.
go on
So
weekend also. Hare Krishna.
so somehow he picked up, and then he stayed in Austria for some time before his marriage, and he got married. Now he had a kid also. Now he is in Hosur, and he is in Hosur congregation. He was nicely taken care. He's taken care by the devotees also, and he's taking care of some services. Every week he's going for book distribution, Nagara Sankirtan with the devotees, and he's sharing photos in the group. That is inspiring for us also.
Thank you. Thank you. Srinivasa Shyam Prabhu irukar இல்லையா ஓசூர்ல.
Yes.
Thank you. இவ்வளோ நாளா மீன்ஸ் நிறைய பேர் வருவாங்க போவாங்க, ஆனா நிக்கிறவங்க பெரியவங்க இல்லையா,
Correct.
கொடுத்து வச்சிருக்கிறவங்க. Thank you so much. I just have to move to another meeting, but we'll keep the association together.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Palak Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.